Hello, I'm Doug Gordon. This is a preview of a short bonus episode that's just for Patreon supporters. It's a bit of extra material from our conversation with journalist Michael Hobbes. If you become a Patreon supporter of The War on Cars, you will get access to ad-free bonus episodes like this, as well as special discounts on merch. You can sign up starting at just $2 a month, and we will send you stickers and a handwritten thank you note. So go to thewaroncars.org, click Support Us, and join the War on Cars today.
One of the things that I always find really striking whenever I talk about cycling to my driver friends is they're like, oh, they think they're so much better than me, right? There's this accusation of smugness of oh, they think that just because they bike, oh, they're so environmentally friendly, fuck those guys. And it's what are you basing this on? You just drove by a cyclist.
Yeah, I never actually say that to anybody, and yet that gets thrown at me all the time.
Exactly. And I think it's also the same thing with vegetarians and vegans. There's this stereotype of the vegan that's yelling at you for even thinking about a piece of beef or anything. And also I know a lot of vegans. I'm from Seattle, and I've never met anybody even remotely like that. It's we have to project this this just kind of meanness and oversensitivity onto outgroups that make us question our own choices. I think I'm a guy that eats meat, and I think it's completely indefensible. And anytime somebody says that I'm a vegetarian or I'm a vegan, I'm ooh, it probably should be too. It's really bad.
Totally.
And
Same.
that feeling, I think, represents it as oh, you're pushing me around. You think I should be a vegetarian too? And my vegetarian friends are no, we don't. We're not. Generally, we don't really care. But I think there is this kind of this sense of insecurity about it. And I think cyclists trigger that in a way that I think pedestrians don't.